All right, Georgia Nicols is back with us. How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm doing great. Well, I have a summer cold.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
they're the worst, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've got a lot to get to, so let's start off. This is for August you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's what we have a little funny thing happening in August.
Okay.
Mercury is retrograde. Mercury is a planet that rules. It doesn't really affect us. This is just all symbolism. Right?
Sure.
So Mercury rules ground transportation, all communications, everything that goes from A to B, ideas, thoughts, words, and packages, mail, this sort of thing.
Okay.
So it's retrograde for the month of August, which means it appears to be going backwards. It's always going forward, but in relationship to planet Earth, it looks sometimes like it's going backwards.
Sure.
This happens about 3 times a year. So therefore, ground transportation, we will all suffer from goof-ups and silly delays, definitely trouble with cars and trucks and bikes and things like that. And I hate to say this, I don't know who your advertisers are, but August is not an ideal time to buy ground transportation, cars, trucks, or even computers or cell phones.
Okay.
I already had trouble with my cell phone coming in on the way here.
Really?
Like it's just already, it virtually is beginning now. It's virtually beginning now.
Okay.
The actual retrograde period is for a different date, but it starts ahead of time and it finishes later.
Okay, so get out and get your phones this week.
Yes. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is Aries. Aries is going to have a very fun month. Aries, it's all going to be love, romance, fun, good times with children, great time for a vacation. Old flames will be back on the scene.
Ooh.
Yes. Taurus. You're a Taurus, right?
I'm a Taurus, yeah.
Focusing on home. Are you decorating at home, buying goodies for your home right now?
A little bit, yeah.
Yes, right. So you want to be, and also stock the fridge. You're going to have suddenly relatives showing up this month. And, you know, get a lot of beer, good food, whatever it is. And, of course, a Taurus always serves a good table.
Right.
Definitely. Oh, yes. Gemini. Gemini, here's the warning for Gemini. Gemini is the sign that is ruled by Mercury. Furthermore, this is the particular Mercury retrograde that is hitting right the area that Mercury rules. So it's a double whammy for them. So they should right away, I don't know, get their oil changed, whatever it is they need to do. If they think that something's going wrong with one of their vehicles or their vehicle, it will.
Okay.
So they should watch the cell phones, charge your phone, stay on top of all little details. It'll be just so frustrating. Just when you want to use a camera, the battery dies.
Save whatever work you're doing on the computer right away.
Cancer. Cancer is focused on money. Cancers, they're focused on getting a job, getting a new job, getting a better job, earning money, and just assessing their whole scene. And hopefully, although checks could be late to them, on the other hand, old stuff could come in. And by the way, if they're looking for a job, they should go back to places they worked for before, like go to the past.
Okay.
Leos. Leos, well, hey, this is a wonderful time for Leo. The sun is in their sign, Venus is in their sign, and Mercury is going to slip back into their sign, so they will be dealing with ex-partners. I think they should look good at all times because living well is the best revenge, right? Like, oh, look what you're missing. And it's a good time for them to assess their relationships. Libra, I've missed Virgo. Virgo, their birthday's coming up in about a month. Therefore, this is the best time for them to think about what do they want their new year to be. It's sort of like their cooking time, right? They can be thinking, hey, because if you start to plan something and have expectations, it's more likely. Instead of just going,
Just assess yourself more or less.
Yes, or even what do you want your year to be?
As
opposed to just letting it sort of, life either just happens to you or do you steer it? Right?
Interesting.
Libra loves to schmooze, and this is a very popular time for them. Old friends will be back on the scene. They might change some of their goals. They're very ambitious right now, but it's a very schmoozy, popular time. Scorpio, hey, this is the one time of year where Scorpio is high at their chart, so somehow they're noticed. They're in the public view, and people in authority notice them. They actually have more influence, too. But Mercury's retrograde up there, too, so I think they'll be dealing with old bosses, something like that. Even if they're young bosses, but they worked for them before. Sagittarius. Sagittarius is actually having a lovely time because they can travel, they can explore things, they want to get new adventure, they want to learn more. Capricorn. Capricorn, should be patient. Mars is opposing their sign this month. They're dealing with shared property. They're also highly sexed right now. But be careful. They could be fighting a bit with partners, and they need to be patient. Aquarius, all these planets, this whole cluster is across from Aquarius. So they're focused on partnerships right now, important relationships, and they will definitely be dealing with ex-partners.
Really?
Definitely.
There seems to be a lot of that, sort of a lot of older people coming back into people's lives in a lot of the different signs.
Definitely.
Is that just because it's summertime, maybe?
No, it's the Mercury retrograde.
That's what it is.
Mercury retrograde, yes. There's
You're
one
talking
more.
about old bosses, old flames, old
Absolutely.
businesses, old money.
It's because when Mercury's retrograde, the past comes back.
Okay.
It's funny, didn't we have a threat of the, yeah, we had the postal strike, but this is the more classic time for the postal strike. But hey, it's over.
Yeah.
Funny, bad timing on their part. Pisces, we can't forget Pisces.
Pisces, yeah.
Pisces, well, they could have a little hassles at work because their Mercury retrograde will affect them in their health, so they could have old health issues, but everything to do with their work. So they can expect lost papers, mixed up messages, like little goofy things. So they shouldn't blame other people or blame themselves. It's just sort of what it is. But I should say this.
Yeah.
Mercury retrograde isn't all bad.
Okay.
It's an excellent time to go back. So it's an excellent time to finish old business, to finally, if you have, in your case, you want to finish your decorating projects at home. You're doing some things, whatever.
Right.
Is it to do with a new baby's bedroom, maybe?
A little bit of that, yes. We're doing a little of that for sure.
So in other words, it will be easy for you to finish things.
Okay.
It will also, if you had to buy something, if you bought antiques. If you go to the past, then you're sort of, it's better.
Yeah.
Right, as opposed to blazing a new trail.
Now, what about it when people sort of, you mentioned someone sort of designing their year, which way they want to go like that.
Definitely.
Is that easy for someone to do astrologically? Can they sort of, is everything set out for them, or can they sort of guide the way they think they should
Well,
go?
as a matter of fact, funny you should mention it, if people read my book.
Yes, there it is.
Seriously, though, if they look at what's coming up for that sign this year, they can see where things are easy. Every year we have certain things are easier to do, and other things are harder to do.
Right.
And so sometimes we are really active with our kids, and other years we sort of almost forget them for a couple of years, kind of. And then other times we're really focused on where we live and we make improvements and everything, and then you coast for some years. Or sometimes you're making headway in a job. Yes, but the main idea that you're mentioning, and I think it's true, figure out what you want in the future and go for it. Get some objectives, get some goals. Hey, you could even do it every day. Every day when you wake up in the morning, you say, I want this day to be this way, or I want to be this way today. You will have a better day.
Sure. Make what you want for yourself.
Right.
More important. Well, great stuff. Well, that's good. We look forward to hearing about what's going to be like for September, because I think September will be an interesting one. That's
Maybe
for
I'll
sure.
see you then. You never know.
I'll be there.